Hi Gemini lovers, how's it going? If you are here, you are very interested in your Gemini lover or Gemini crush, or if you're just curious what it would be like to date or have a relationship with a Gemini, this video is for you. I am going to start with the male, masculine energy, what type of relationship or what kind of things you would like to know about that, as well as what they would desire during intimacy. So that is what we're going to be looking into. And then after that, I will go into what it'd be like to go with a more female or feminine energy, a Gemini, to see what type of relationship or what they expect during intimacy as well. So we are going to be talking about some sensitive subjects here, so keep that in mind. I do or will have the timestamps in the description down below if you want to skip forward from the masculine energy, go right to the feminine energy. You can do that as well. But first I want to say what it would be like, or give you a little bit more of an insight of what a Gemini personality is based on the zodiac sign Gemini. Keep in mind, all Geminis are different. They all have different experiences. They all walk different paths. Every person is different, right? So keep that in mind. This is just a general um, outline of Gemini's personality for a relationship, love, intimacy situation. So, Gemini is the twin, the twin energy, right? So they represent duality. You are able to accept and acknowledge their duality abilities. So sometimes they can be a little bit indecisive, or they can also be a little bit inconsistent just because they're battling the twins within themselves, right? But if you can accept that duality, then you can really enhance your relationship completely, keeping that in mind. They are always up to having fun. They like to, bring up some good times. They can be a little bit humorous as well and bring that joy into a relationship and make it a little bit more exciting. So that is interesting, right? They do appreciate intellectual conversations, and they do like to be intellectually challenged as well. So Geminis tend to prefer someone who is at their intellectual level or above, just to keep things interesting because they don't want to get bored. Now I'm going to switch the screens and go back and do a little reading of the masculine male energy. Okay, so welcome if you just went through the time stamps right to the masculine energy. First I want to talk about the relationship, and then we're going to do a little spread to see what your person that you have in mind may want you to know about them. So first off, we're going to go with the male masculine energy. So they really like or enjoy having a discussion about what their expectations are in a relationship or what the boundaries are. And they really like to have that good, solid conversation about that sort of thing. Like communication is really important for Geminis. Not just communication, but the physical affection, all that sort of thing is equally important for Geminis. The duality thing, right? Intelligence and physical are the two qualities that they hold very dearly to their hearts. They are very enthusiastic. They are very about love, and they remind me a little bit of the Fool, just because they're very optimistic and energetic and all that sort of thing, enthusiastic for life. They love life. There's never a dull moment with a male Gemini. I don't think there's a dull moment with a female Gemini either, but right now we're focusing on the masculine male energy, right? They love adventure. They love the freedom. They don't like to be tied down and, stay home all the time. They like to venture out. They're the ones that are more likely to go on little road trips and do more of that type of dating, like where you're going out and doing something rather than having that date at home, especially during the early stages of a relationship. Even in a married relationship, I do feel like they would be the ones to plan that, okay, let's do this family trip or something like that. You know, that's like a right up their alley or right up for their energy. They also are naturally flirters and chatty. So sometimes it is hard to tell if a Gemini is interested in you just because they're generally happy, go lucky, free spirit, and they do like to be chatty and flirty. Doesn't always necessarily mean that they are into you, so keep that in mind as well. So we're going to go into the reading. This reading is also going to be about what their intimacy and expectation of that is as well. What's the energy can we get for a Gemini? What does a Gemini want their partner to know? What does a Gemini want their partner to know? What do Geminis want their potential partner to know by Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Okay, bring with that. All right. So the Four of Wands here does represent your person, and that's like right up the alley, right? Geminis love a good party. They love to have a good time, and they are comfortable with having a good time anywhere. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be somewhere specific or anything like that. They are just ready to have a good time. They're ready to just, enjoy the moment, enjoy life as it is, and that is like so much of them. They do have that fiery, passionate energy within them as well. The Four of Wands too. It does represent them feeling supported and bonded with their partner as well. So if you are in a relationship with a Gemini right now, they are feeling very supported and bonded to you at this time. So let's just see what is going on over here. So the Hangman kind of represents where they're at in their relationship right now, and kind of like their spiritual and sexual connection towards you. The Hangman is in the dark, so I do feel like that does go along a little bit with their inconsistency, their unsureness a little bit on making decisions. Yeah, I do feel like they are drawn to new things and sharing those things with their partner as well. So I do feel like at this time, just because the Hangman is in the dark, they are open to new ideas from you, or thinking about how to present or introduce new things to you. So that could be in the romantic department, that could be in the intimacy department as well. So keep that in mind. The Knight of Wands is soared up Gemini's alley as well. The Knight of Wands brings that romantic, hot, fiery, passionate energy to the table. So I do feel like that is definitely a masculine energy as well. Just wanting to take that control, or just being optimistic in the sensual departments. The Three of Wands, I do feel like they are ready for the next stage in that relationship with you, whatever that is for you, if it is starting to date if you haven't dated already, or if you are dating, maybe it's just getting ready for that commitment. Geminis are committed people, but they have to be committed to the right person who meets them at that intellectual and physical connection that they desire so much. For attraction, they are very attracted, like I said, they're very attracted to very intelligent people. Doesn't matter what you look like, how much money you have, or anything like that. They're more attracted to your intelligence and that sort of thing. They're more intellectual. They're the air signs, right? All the air signs are intellectual, but And, like air in general, it's unpredictable, right? You can't hear it, but you can feel it when it's windy, right? And, just like air can make tornadoes, it can cause a lot of chaos. So keep that in mind with these air signs. For the Knight of Wands, just because I'm doing a potential relationship suggestion reading spread for you, Not all of this may represent your Gemini completely, but this is what has come out for what a Gemini wants their partner to know. The Nine of Wands is in the dark, so I am feeling like there might be some Geminis out there who are a little bit fearful of rejection. So that could be rejection from a potential job, potential partner, whatever the case may be for them. Or they may be also fearful of disappointing someone if they're not really feeling as stimulated intellectually or physically as well either. They're very into the physical thing as much as intellectual. They're very passionate. They're the ones that they may not show like that physical energy outwardly, like in public, but during intimacy is very important. Yeah, so let's see what else we can get here before we go on to the feminine energy. I'm trying to feel. For the Nine as well, they do like to have that fulfillment and they do like to have that push to move forward. So if you have a Gemini that's a little bit shyer than some of the other ones, keep that in mind that they may need a little bit of help with that push, or like you're bringing out that free spirit energy within them as well. So I do feel like that is something else that they wanted you to know. Thank you so much for joining me for the male masculine energy. Feel free to continue watching for the female Gemini energy. If you have skipped over this video, welcome. Skipped over this part. You know what I mean, right? We're going to go into the female energy or the feminine energy. Everyone here is welcome and accepted. They are very, very much passionate and romantic, and they are also very gentle. At the same time, even though they are a free spirit and they do like the excitement, they do like to keep things interesting, they can also become a little distant. They like to keep it safe and play it safe as well, so they're not very into daring things. Especially when they first meet someone, they like to feel it out and feel comfortable and secure with their partner. They are not shy about getting into a serious relationship either. So if they do fall for you and they do feel secure with you, then they may fall for you hard, So keep that in mind, that it's easy for them to fall in love when they have that sense of security and that sense of belonging with you, and they just feel comfortable to show their free spirit, that they can tend to fall hard and serious into a commitment relationship. They are very enthusiastic, and they're all about intellectually and physically attracted to a person. So I do feel like the first thing they see, or the first thing that they seek out in a partner, is their intellectual. If they're at their intellectual level with them or above, then that is right up their alley, because they don't like to be bored. They like to be intellectually challenged a lot. So let's just see here what we can get. We're going to go more into the intimacy part of the relationship. Also with female Geminis, or any person that you are having intimacy relationship with, consent is extremely important. That open communication, setting some boundaries is always really important as well. Let's see. Oops. Cards are going the wrong way here. What does a female Gemini want their partner to know? What does a feminine Gemini want their partner to know, or a potential partner, case may be? Ooh. Okay, for the Four of Pentacles, I do feel that there's an energy of them maybe holding back, like I was saying. Holding back, trying to keep their duality in check. Like the Four of Pentacles is representing their personality right now. If it's your person or potential person that you may be having on your mind right now. For the Four of Pentacles, I do feel like that they feel a sense of stability. I do feel like they feel confident in the relationship as well. I also feel like they are working on, or they're still working on feeling that sense of security. And I do feel like there's some Geminis, not saying it's your Gemini, all Geminis are different, but I do feel like there's a Gemini that feels that their partner is a little bit clingy at this time. Let's just see, because Geminis are all about their free spirits, and they're all about, having their own sense of freedom. And a lot of them expect the same from their partner. For the Ace of Wands, being in the dark, I do feel like this one kind of like represents the spiritual, sensual connection with your partner. That's a Gemini female, right? I feel like for some of them, they're overthinking or worried that they're not overly expressive enough, and I feel like they are kind of like holding back a little bit. I feel that as well. I also feel like they're a lot in their mind, but I do feel like they are wanting to have that sweet talk and cuddles as well. I'm feeling some of that energy. For the Six of Swords, this is more about their expectations in a relationship. Like I said, they can pull away, they can retreat and become distant if they're questioning how safe they are, or like trying to figure that out. They can be a little bit cautious on their connections. I don't know if it's just a bit of wanting more of that communication is really, really, really important for Geminis. For the Ten of Swords is in the light as well. I do feel like there's a little bit of transformation going on here, and I feel like this Gemini may be a little bit worried about having some miscommunications or being misunderstood, or just really wanting that open communication, maybe wanting to, with the Five Pentacles as well, maybe wanting that freedom if they've been feeling caged up with work or home life, whatever it is. There might be a Gemini out there who may really appreciate a night out or a little weekend vacation or something along the lines of that as well. I do feel like there's Geminis that appreciate bringing novelty into romantic partnerships. So if there's a little bit of an issue for some of you and you want to spark that little light again, because Geminis are so into life, they love life, and they're very enthusiastic and energetic and all that sort of thing. So if you do want to boost this person's energy up, they do enjoy introducing some novelties into their romantic section. Maybe doing something a little spontaneous, like just getting up and going and doing something together, whatever that is for the two of you. I feel like that is something that would re-spark this energy here. And I feel like she'd be very appreciative of it as well. Just re-spark that love, that passion, get that going again. Thank you all so much for joining me for this reading of the masculine and feminine energy. If you like more videos like this, please let me know if you want to know more different things about your person or relationship. But yeah, this was fun, and I do live streams every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and some Sundays. If you want to check that out, you can come on the chat and ask any question you like. If I don't do legal, medical, fertility questions or anything about politics. I just do spiritual guidance if that is what you're interested in. I also do private readings if you're interested. All the information for that is in the description down below. So check that out, and I'll see you next time. Hopefully you have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Bye!